It's time for Life Chat, the Psyche Truth Life Chat, right here on your YouTube machine. Bum bum, ba da 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 dum, dun dun dun. Bum bum bum. I'll answer your questions for you in your live chat, which by some lucky star I finally could start. Ba 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 ba. Psyche Truth Life Chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. So this was not without some technical difficulty, if you know what I mean. But thank you so much for being here, everyone. I tried to set this up so that I can read the screen and still see you. But let's see how it goes. And pardon me, because as you can see, I'm already getting a little bit warm. I turned the air conditioning off, so hopefully this audio is good. Let me know in the comments. Does it sound okay? Does it look okay? And if you want to start leaving your questions, your ASMR trigger requests, then you can do that as well. All right, I gotta big this up so I can read it more easily. Hello from Washington. Hello from North Carolina. Yay, hello everyone. Madeline, Erin, Katie, Sweet Sierra, Matt Kavik. Good to see you. Yes. All right, it's midday on the coast of Australia right now. So Alice, Margaret, glad you could make it. Holy guys, I am warm already. Alrighty, so welcome to my live chat. I am so happy to have you here, and wherever you are watching from, please know that I am sending you big hugs. Things are a little crazy right now, so I'm hoping that in this session I can help you uplift your spirits a little bit. Maybe help you sleep if you're trying to sleep, offer you any type of health or nutrition information that you would like, because I'm also a certified health coach. And that's kind of how I got into ASMR in the first place, because I really saw the intrinsic need for the body to get good sleep and get good relaxation. So it's kind of fueled my desire to be an ASMR artist. All right, coming back to the comments here. So YouTube also does this thing where I'm sitting here and there's no comments coming in. And then all of a sudden I'll get like 400 comments that all come in at once. Maybe it's the way it happens for you guys. Anyways, it makes it really hard for me to see every comment. It makes it hard for me to see the comments as they're coming in. So please just bear with me here. Forgive me a little bit. Okay, so the first request that I saw was for tapping. And so I have this little earbuds box, which IMO, TBH, BT dubs. one of my favorite tapping sounds ever. Any of the Apple products packaging. It's my first time using this new microphone I have here. It's this guy. Flout. Can y'all see that? Actually, it sounds okay, but it doesn't sound nearly as good as this, in my personal opinion. Okay, so let's see if I can get it to refresh some comments here. Oh, there we go. Yes, I have heard Sigourney Weaver before, but never in person. In person, sometimes people say Nicole Kidman, which honestly, I'm like so flattered. I freaking love her. But on YouTube videos, I get Sigourney Weaver, Rachel McAdams, who I also love. I don't really think I look like her, but it's okay. I'm still totally flattered. Right now, I just look like a sweaty mess. Yeah, it's good ASMR trigger. ASMR, dabbing the sweat off my face. Actually does sound kind of nice. Who knew? Paper towels. Okay, I don't have any latex gloves at the moment. That's a lie. I do have latex gloves. There's a little gurgle noise for you guys. I do have latex gloves, but I am saving them for use surrounding, coronavirus avoiding. So I do have gloves, and I actually even have a couple of medical masks that I had bought years ago for the doctor roleplay videos. But I now am saving those. And excuse me, there's like little gurglies everywhere. That's why we edit ASMR videos. We can take all that stuff out for you guys. But anyway, so yes, I'm gonna save my gloves, my masks. Somebody in England, someone in Portland. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the sweet comments about my voice. That's really sweet. All right, Anya Rosella says, can you do eating ASMR or hair ASMR? So, I am torn on the ASMR eating. Sorry about that dog barking. Hope it's not too loud for y'all. I can do some ASMR eating. Lord knows, I love to eat. It's true. But I just feel like I like making other sounds better than doing ASMR eating. But depending on how long I'm in quarantine, I guess we'll see what happens, right? Hair videos. Somebody had asked me on Instagram if I would brush my own hair out. And I mean, I out of sheer boredom, perhaps, it would probably make really cool sounds. So I'll see what I can do for you guys in that regard. I will wind up with a big poof of hair, though, just as a warning. That's why I don't normally brush it while it's dry. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, Camilla says tapping yes, then more singing. All right, Violet in England. Okay. So because I have this weird like YouTube lag thing, a couple of cool things about YouTube. If you super chat a question, which means you leave a little tip with your question, $1, $2, maybe $5, whatever. It will actually bump your question up to the top and it gives me a little like extra note on the thing. So if you are so motivated to leave your comment or your request in a super chat, I will be guaranteed to see it and I will guarantee that I will answer or do your request in exchange for super chats. And then also, guys, if you put a bunch of question marks at the beginning of your question or your trigger request, anything you just want to alert me to try and get my attention, it just makes it easier to see the actual comments and requests amidst all of the little comment and chitter chatter, which I love. Love you guys chitter chattering together. Lauren Fagan was saying something about mermaid ASMR. Now, without an actual mermaid present, basically all I have is a mermaid pillow. Or in this case, it's a mermaid laptop case, but I've never put a laptop in it. All right. Okay, I could play with that thing for hours, but nobody actually requested that, so I probably shouldn't do that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Franny Sewell says, Corrina, you are so amazing. I just got my first super chat. That's awesome. All right, let's see if I can finish this one I'm on. I have chronic insomnia. You and your team of videos really help me. Sending you love from Washington, D.C. Awesome. Well, thank you, Franny. Octavio Gonzalez, do I like the Three Stooges? You know, I watched a lot of Three Stooges as a kid, I'll be honest. An ASMR Texan accent, well, that's a little bit difficult because, you know, depending on where in the South you might happen to be from, you're going to have very different accents. And so, you know, some places maybe just have like a real long twang, and, you know, it's like you just got to try to add as many syllables to like everything you say as much as possible. I don't even know if that's Texas. It's more like, I don't know, some other southern place. But I do love having fun with accents, even though I'm not very good at them. Not good at them at all. Terrible at them. Okay. You know, if anybody with a fancy car wants to give me access to their fancy car so I can make an ASMR video with it, I would totally do that. Okay, so here we are. Chris Luckett, thank you so much for your super chat. Yay, wonderful. Thank you so much. So Chris Luckett says, can you do more sleep-inducing ASMR? Sleep-inducing. Man, that's not really a super specific trigger. Like, is it whispers that are sleep-inducing for you? Because I can't whisper. I just have to get much closer to the microphone so you can see my little sweaty forehead here again. But a lot of people don't like whispers, and I can totally understand that. I need some of those little oil absorbing sheets. Oh well, it's okay. So maybe let me know, Chris, what is your sleep-inducing trigger? Because for me, tapping is a big one. I am 35. I turned 35 like a week and a half ago. I have no idea what day it is thanks to quarantine. And I spent my birthday in quarantine. I actually did a live chat on my birthday. Maybe some of you were there. Queen Bee, happy birthday coming up. You know what, honey? Some of us, a lot of us, are going to spend our birthday in quarantine. I celebrated my birthday in quarantine, March 23rd. I've known a lot of other people too that have had a birthday in quarantine and, just make the best of it that you can. It's the best we can do. I'm not even gonna try an Australian accent. Well, I do love that accent, but I don't think I can do Australian accents. Yes, Lamborghini ASMR, I would love to do that. Okay, so Chris chimes back in, soothing sounds and soothing music. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I very much appreciate that. Spring babies in quarantine. I love it. All right, some more soothing music. I can do that. Anya, I'm from Austin, Texas. Born and raised. Octavio Gonzalez, what did I eat for lunch? Steamed dumplings. Got my freezer stocked. Well, actually, I'm running out of stuff now, but I stocked up my freezer at one time with like steamed veggie dumplings and lots of frozen vegetables. Oh, you know what? Somebody at the very beginning of the chat was asking about, are French fries healthy? And I'm so sorry, but French fries are not healthy. But potatoes are healthy. Just don't fry them. Favorite Motley Crue member? Vince Neil. Having fun reading your comments while I'm playing relaxing music. Not sure if it's as enjoyable for you guys. I would love to do another mermaid ASMR. I just have to find a mermaid. I actually reached out to a bunch of mermaid tail companies to see if I could get one, because they're really expensive. So I was hoping to work something out. So it's either find a professional mermaid who already has one and who isn't totally weirded out by ASMR, because that is kind of a challenge for me sometimes in finding models. Or get myself my own tail somehow. Maybe while I'm in quarantine, I'll have time to make my own mermaid tail. Good night, Erin. Thank you so much for coming to the chat. So I saw someone asking what they can request, what they can ask for. You can ask for anything. I can't promise you I will have the necessary items for whatever trigger you may request, but I will do my best. Oh man, I'm not the biggest Kiss fan. Sorry, Otis. Tipping ASMR. That's really sweet of you, Chris. I would not expect someone to buy a mermaid tail for me. But if you want to help contribute to a mermaid tail, that could be really amazing. It did make an amazing, amazing video. Okay, so I'm seeing some other requests here. Brushing the mic. Let's see, I do actually have some brushes here. Can you hear it? I'm not sure if this is the best. Oh, that sounds kind of nice. Oh, typing. Unfortunately, I probably can't do that because I'm set up so that my laptop is actually way over there. I can't actually reach it because I was trying to reduce the amount of laptop noise you would get from the microphone. But now my keyboard's too far away to use it, so double-edged sword, as they say, right? Page flipping. Yes. Oh my gosh, actually, I don't actually hear something. Gosh, there's a little notebook that I filmed with the other night. So I did an actual shoot the other night with the 10 triggers video that you saw. That was actually 2 weeks ago. And then this most recent one was a doctor roleplay and a haircut roleplay, all with actual hair cutting. And there's this little notebook that I have that I used in the doctor roleplay, and oh god, the page sounds to me are insane. But let's see if this will be. I don't know if you can see my little. Matt Kavik, thank you for your super chat. It worked. Got this big, lovely super chat comment popped up, so I see it immediately. It's amazing. Unfortunately, no, I've not been to the Netherlands, but I would love to visit. The only place I've ever been outside of the United States was Italy, which I visited during my study abroad while I was in college. So like 15 years ago, or something like that. And I'm so glad that I visited there. And I can't believe that they were hit so hard by the virus. But that's the only place I've ever been outside of the U.S. Been visited a couple other states, but I've only ever lived in Austin, Texas in my whole life. A little sheltered. LDZ lighting. We could totally arrange something like that. If you become one of our Psyche Truth patrons, it will give you options to message us. I believe it provides you with our email. So that would be a great way for us to work out setting something up. Chris, thank you so much. You are so kind and generous, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of your awesome tips. That is so awesome and helpful for us right now. So thank you for that. And I wish you a really, really wonderful night. Hope that you sleep well and wake up feeling just so rested and rejuvenated in the morning. Guitar Theory ASMR. You know, I would totally watch someone else's music theory ASMR, but I don't know very much about music theory or guitar theory. I just know some chords. But who knows? I bet if I started talking, I would end up with having a lot to say about it, actually. So who knows? Maybe that could be fun. Thank you, Hero19. Oh yeah, Otis Spunkenmeyer, definitely lighting my guitar on fire and then busting it on the ground after the let's chat. Totes, as I like to say, totes my goats. Yes, Ben's a cannibal. Guitar strings do make really, really good sounds, and actually saved years worth of guitar strings and collected them from other people because most people just throw them away. So I have a lot of guitar strings that I've just waited for like an opportunity to include in a video, and it just hasn't really presented itself yet. So, but who knows? Definitely unpacking a fresh pack of guitar strings. That would also be super nice. Yes, I actually am hungry right now. I am hungry. It's true. I don't know. I don't think I would go on a date with somebody more than 10 years younger than me. And would you want to go on a date with somebody more than 10 years older than you? For real? I don't know. But I am flattered. I should say that. I am very, very flattered. Plant sounds. Yes, that would be really nice. I actually have a baby Groot chia pet that I thought would be a good thing to do. And sorry, Big Back John, I'm not going to call you any names, but I'm also not going to show you guys my legs because I barely could fit myself into this little nook that I'm sitting in here right now. So, oh my gosh, I got another super chat. Awesome. Do you think people watch ASMR for the same reason that people watch PewDiePie play video games? So this is from Paul, thank you. Thank you for your super chat. And as somebody who actually does enjoy watching people play video games, yes, I think that it is a very ASMR-esque type of experience. There's definitely big differences between something that's really mostly a visual trigger. You're watching something and maybe you're listening to someone speak, but it's not as much about like a wide variety of sounds. I also feel that what makes ASMR especially unique is that it's bringing huge volume and huge attention to sounds that are very, very small. And if you ever watch movies, you'll notice that in the movies, they mega amplify every sound. And then they normalize the loud sounds, right? So you could be watching one scene where somebody's shooting off a gun, and then somebody turns to someone else and whispers. And you can hear someone whisper at the same volume that you can hear a gunshot going off. So clearly there's manipulation of the sounds, right? So when we take those teeny tiny little sounds and amplify them, much like I'm doing right now, scratching the mermaid bag, something very immersive about making those little teeny tiny sounds feel very big and enveloping. So then bringing that back to watching somebody play video games, there's something very immersive and calming about that. And then yes, if you have someone funny like PewDiePie that's adding to the entertainment factor, that's cool too. Makes it a little less like ASMR, but certainly the relaxing effects and the desire to be relaxed is something that draws people to ASMR and to watching people play video games. Sean La Tulip. I can't really read that very well, so I apologize. Will you have live haircuts coming back? They're my favorite. So yes, we actually filmed an awesome haircut video right like the night before we started quarantining. And we completely cleared our day calendar of shoots. So My day job is filming videos for Psyche Truth, which is our main YouTube channel. So we normally are filming every single day of the week for that channel, and I'm a videographer for that channel. So if I'm not in front of the camera, I'm behind the camera. And so we cleared our calendar completely. That was like March 17th. So March 16th was our last ASMR shoot, but it was a haircut on Jessica and her super, super long hair. So yeah, now that we have hopefully a hairstylist who will want to keep filming with us, the next step is just finding tons of models who want to get their hair cut. And then, yeah, hopefully lots more live haircuts. Octavio Gonzalez, would you be interested in becoming a Foley artist? So, awesome question. So for anyone who doesn't know, a Foley artist is someone who takes the completed film, it's all filmed, right? All the visual is done, and then they record the sounds they need to add in on the soundtrack. So, sounds of people eating, sounds of people walking. Sometimes when I'm watching shows, and I'm always hyper attentive to like how things are filmed and recorded, what things are actually filmed outside and what things are actually being filmed in a sound studio, what sounds are recorded live on the set, and which sounds are added in after the fact by the Foley artist. Sometimes you can tell, and sometimes you really, really can't tell at all. So I think that'd be a really fun job, but I think it'd be way too much like sitting there by myself, hyper focused on sounds. I like things that are a little bit more social, like being an ASMR artist. I work with these different models, and it's always really fun. But I mean, if I was like hard up for a job and there was a listing for a Foley artist, I would totally try my hand at that. Hope that answers your question. Okay, let's see. It's telling me there's more comments, so let's just see if we can get them to show up. No, it's not pre-recorded. I am live right now. So if you're watching, it's 9:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. I wish I was like an internal world clock. I could tell you guys what time it is everywhere else. Isn't there like a world clock thing on my phone? I don't know. I don't know how to use technology at all. But anyways, point being, so yes, 9:55 Central Standard Time. I am live. Thank you so much. LDC Lighting, thank you. It's very kind of you. Should do some of those record album ASMR vids like some folks are doing. I'm gonna have to look that up. You mean like an entire record that people make that's all ASMR? Sounds intriguing. Although, like, why would you need a whole record? Because you fall asleep after not very long, so. Queen Bee. Westworld. Oh my gosh, I love Westworld so much. I've had the theme song of Westworld stuck in my head all day. If you have not watched Westworld, I highly recommend it. You do have to watch the first season to know like what the bleep is going on. So I don't think that if you just chimed in the second season, you'd be able to like figure out who everyone is. And then I already watched all of the next season of Altered Carbon. I loved Altered Carbon. I think that was really good. And then I'm also watching Superstore, Ozark. I've been watching a lot of things. Mainly just to try to keep my mind off of everything and to stop watching the news, because that's what I've watched the most of. I'm just like sitting there on YouTube watching everyone's coronavirus video, and then one video leads to another video, and then like next thing you know, you're like 7 hours sitting there watching news reports and the task force briefings, and I was like, I have to get my mind off of this somehow. So yeah. KJan, just you prefer manicures or pedicures? You know, honestly, I really can't stand people filing my nails. I have to like really grit my teeth and bear it. So if it was like mani, pedi, or just like a facial or like a little like 10-minute foot massage or something, would like always opt for some kind of like massage or feel good type of thing over a manicure or pedicure. Yeah, because I hate people like picking at my nails and filing my nails and sorry, it's not very relaxing. But I just wanted to answer your question there. So. Aw, Katie Eliason, wish I could be a model. That's the worst part of watching the videos, not getting to be the model. Well, if you ever come to Texas, hit me up on the Instagram. Let me know. Thank you so much. So Hannah Rose just gave me a beautiful comment about my whisper. So I'll just get a little up close and personal with you guys for a moment. I could also just bring the microphone closer to myself, and then I don't have to be all up in the grill of the camera. So, yes, you know, there's an interesting, just maybe surprising amount of attention that I put on my ASMR videos. And so even with the whisper, there's actually a lot of different whispers you could do. So my whisper, I really aim to make it the most quiet, most relaxed whisper that isn't forced. I also try to be aware of my mouth sounds and trying to not make excessive mouth sounds, even though it is extremely difficult to do. So just as a point of comparison, what I hear a lot of ASMR artists doing is they'll actually be whispering like this. It's like you're whisper yelling. Hey guys, how's it going? Da, 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 da. I'm whispering. But actually, it's like, I can't. It's like the worst sound ever to me, honestly. So, not doing a forced whisper. It's very difficult for people. You have to really try to speak as softly as I'm speaking right now. And if I were to pull the microphone away from me, even just, a couple of inches, you can't really hear me at all. Maybe you can just barely hear my voice at all. So in order to get that really good, quiet whisper, you gotta be like on the mic, which, is much easier on the 3DO, because then it's not blocking your face. But as you can see here, for me to whisper this way for you guys, I basically like covering my whole face with the microphone, which is kind of cool. Like if it's just my eyes peeping out over the microphone, maybe it's like, I don't know. I'm a freaking goofball right now. I apologize. Okay. Oh, Octavio Gonzalez. What's my favorite movie trilogy? The Matrix. Which maybe I'm dating myself that that's like my favorite movie, but I don't even care. Yeah, sometimes when we're filming videos, if someone is um, on the rare occasion, which is awesome, that I get to be the model, and then the person who's like scratching my head or whatever is whispering, oftentimes I can't hear anything they're saying, you know, because they're whispering so quietly because the mics are like over my head. Their voice is back behind me, right? Mics are like right here. So the mics are close enough to the voice, they get the whisper. But even sitting like right next to the person, I often can't hear them whispering at all. And that's how you know it's a good whisper. It's not forced, it's not too loud. How much is in-person ASMR session? Oh, Tigger. So I've not ever charged anyone for an ASMR session. Um, I just don't know how I would go about it. I would think I would want to get licensed as a massage therapist or something first, just so I had some kind of, license to, be really close to people, all up in your grill, as I like to say. Um, so I don't know, but there's so much work and attention and stress that goes into creating an ASMR session. Um, I mean, I would probably try to charge. Like my health coaching that I do from home is $100 an hour. So if I'm gonna do a session in person, it'd be like at least that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've seen a lot of people comment like, "Oh, I would pay to have this done." But I'm like, I don't know. Like, would someone pay? I don't know. It's an interesting question. That actually was kind of a tingly thing to say. It's an interesting question. It's an interesting question. It's a rather interesting question. All right, Marriott B. I think I'm a shopping addict, and being confined has made it worse with my online shopping. Any advice? Put your phone down or your computer. Okay, that's bad advice. Okay, let me think here. I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna make some mermaid pillow sounds while I think of an answer. Okay, so ideas that are coming into my head. My first thought for people that are wanting to change habits, or people who say, I'm addicted to sugar, as an example, or cigarette addiction, that's another great example. It's hard oftentimes for people to go cold turkey, as they say, right? Which would be for you to just completely stop online shopping altogether. So if that feels really impossible, maybe you just start, um, applying a limit for yourself, like either a dollar amount or an item amount. Like, okay, I'm going to allow myself one purchase per day, but I'm only going to buy one thing. One thing. And then not only does that challenge you to really sit with a decision and think about what you want your one thing to be, or maybe save up your one thing for a couple days. And then once a week, you could order something with if you were taking my rule completely seriously, 7 items, you know. Um, it also can maybe help you start to kind of investigate your online shopping addiction, right? Which is like, is it just making a purchase? Like, do you get just as much gratification buying one item as you do buying 10 items in one purchase? Or is it something where it's the amount? It's making really big purchases that you can't afford that feels addictive. And if it's that, I would encourage you to really set a limit on yourself and then maybe start to replace your online shopping with other ways to spoil yourself. So rather than doing less online shopping, but then trying to, do more work from home, replace your online shopping time with something else that's really fun and enjoyable for you. Maybe it's watching makeup tutorials on the Instagram. Maybe it's taking a bath or taking a walk. Um, sitting in front of the mirror and playing with your own makeup. I mean, there's so many different things that we can be doing while we're in quarantine. So I just encourage you to really get creative with what you can do to occupy your time that's going to also feel rewarding or feel fun, have some kind of satisfaction to it, so that you are starting to just kind of replace the online shopping habit with things that you enjoy that are better for you, better for your wallet. But yeah, that's a tough one. I will say, being confined, I feel more inclined to go looking at stuff, wanting to get stuff. Financially wise, I just can't afford to buy a lot of stuff. So I have done a bit of like shopping through stuff and adding stuff to bags, added stuff to my cart, and I just never actually ordered it. But I kind of experienced the fun of going through the website, looking at the colors and the sizes or the whatever, and then I put it in the cart, and then those items will stay in the cart usually for your next couple visits back to the site. So maybe you also kind of implement this, like add it to the cart and then sleep on it. And then when you wake up the next day, you think about it again, like how badly do I really want those things? And I would hope that, once you get through that like initial excitement of doing the shopping, sleep on it, maybe wait a day or two, and then you come back and then you're able to have a little bit more perspective on whether or not you actually want to make that purchase. Or maybe you can just choose one thing out of the cart that you really, really want more than all of the other things and just order that one thing. Or if you're only doing it once a week, maybe 2 things. And I hope that helps you. I feel like I spent a long time on that question, but I know that you and I can't be the only people in that boat right now. So, okay, all right. And then YouTube just gave me a bunch of questions here. Ashley Raquel chimes in, for people going through this, you can call your bank and have them text you after all purchases. And it'll get you to really think about the items you're buying. It's a good little tip too. Tina Kenton, have you ever struggled with catching feelings when working so intimately with people? So I personally maybe have only had a little experience with that, But because I film so many massage therapists that work on our other channel, had a lot of conversations with them about how they will take on the stress or the emotions of the person they're working on. And that's a really common thing for massage therapists to experience. So if they work on somebody who has a lot of hip issues, then maybe later that night they'll like feel like their hip hurts out of nowhere. Or they're working on somebody who's really, really sad or who's grieving. And then a couple hours after the massage, they're feeling like so sad and depressed from that. So I've had a small amount of my own experience with that, but I think I'm so distracted when I'm making ASMR videos. I'm not really tuning in to the person as much as a massage therapist would, where like all of their attention is going into that person they're working on. Joss, I'm so sorry, I'm not saying that right. Do you think people who are ticklish tend to be more prone to experiencing ASMR than others? Wow, it's a really good question. I have no idea. Let's see. I mean, my gut feeling is that yes, would think that people who are ticklish, um, they have like a heightened sensitivity to certain things. And then there's different receptors, different tactile receptors that feel different things. So the receptors that detect really light, delicate touching, like somebody was talking earlier about a back tickling video where I was using a peacock feather to tickle someone's back. So the proprioceptors that detect that kind of touch are different than the ones that detect temperature or firmer touch, or like a deep tissue massage. It's different receptors that detect those different stimulations. So yeah, maybe people who are more ticklish, they have more of that sensitivity of, tiny tactile or sensory sensations. So maybe that would also make them more sensitive auditorily. I don't know, is that a word? Auditorily. Inventing words with Corrina Rachel, ASM artist extraordinaire and word maker upper. That's a good question, though. I love that. I would love to do a survey or something so you could just do a survey and ask people, how ticklish they are, how sensitive they are to ASMR. Maybe what are their favorite triggers would also be interesting. Like, hey, people who are ticklish all love tapping. People who are ticklish all love whispering. I don't know. I do like my martial arts. I don't do any martial arts actually myself, other than occasionally do an at-home workout video that's kind of related to martial arts or Tai Chi or something. Moni228, do you think ASMR will be incorporated into a licensed massage therapist services in a few years? I mean, I don't see why not. It's the closest certification I can think of that would make sense for an ASMR artist to have if they were going to administer in-person ASMR. But I also know there's a lot of, restrictions around, massage therapy licensing and what they allow and what they don't allow and all those different things. So it might be wishful thinking so much to get ASMR added to their list of services, but it also is a distinct possibility. Hello, Horse Rose. Can this Matthias Sousa person please stop spamming the chat? Hide user. Okay, all right. Now the whole chat is just scattered with little things that say message deleted by ASMR Psyche Truth, but trying to find. Okay, all right, I saw those questions. Do you stretch? Yes, I do. I stretch every day. Have a little bit of a at-home yoga practice that I'm trying to really stay committed to while I'm in quarantine. Honestly, I've been watching a lot of the Psyche Truth videos that I myself personally filmed over the last 10 years. So we have a lot of workout and stretching videos on Amazon Prime Video as well. So I watch a lot of those too, because then they just stream directly to the TV. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, anyone with Amazon Prime Video, if you put in Psyche Truth, like ASMR Psyche Truth, you'll find it's not like YouTube. We don't have a channel, so to speak, but we do have a lot of different listings up on Amazon Prime Video. Stretching videos, yoga, workout videos, 30-day yoga programs. We actually have several 30-day yoga programs. That's probably one of the best things that someone could do to reduce their stress and improve their sleep. It's actually doing a bit of physical activity and stretching in your day is one of the best ways to get your body ready for a really nice, restful night of sleep. So yes, I highly recommend stretching for people. For somebody who has not been stretching very much in their lives, just know that it will feel uncomfortable at first. Just like the first time that you tried anything for the first time. And especially if you've been pretty sedentary and not stretching for many years or many decades, which is a lot of people's situation, it's going to take some just moving really slowly into it. But over time, the more that you return to some little stretches, the more that your body starts to relax and ease into those movements, and they start to feel really, really good. And you feel so good after you've done some stretching that it's totally worth the kind of temporary discomfort that you feel while you're actually in the stretch itself, kind of getting into that zone of tightness, which is what makes the stretching feel uncomfortable. Brianna is asking about yoga trapeze. So yes, I actually have a yoga trapeze, not one in my house right now, but in the house where we film, my boss's house. We've got a yoga trapeze and it's amazing. And I love it. I love hanging upside down. It feels so good. And we have at least one, I think we have one video. It's like a follow along routine on the yoga trapeze. There's also a lot of other videos out there that other people have made. I've found a lot of great yoga trapeze videos, but that's wonderful. Hanging upside down, what they call inversion therapy, is so good for you. And that's just like one of the hundreds of things that you can do on the yoga trapeze. So that's a wonderful thing for you to have in quarantine. I'm glad that you ordered one. While I'm on the topic, yogatrapeze.com, yogabody.com. I don't have anything of theirs here. Actually, this block that I have my my microphone sitting on. I don't know if y'all can read that. I can't really see my screen the way I'm set up here. But anyways, long story short, they have like a 30-day trial period where you can try out the yoga trapeze for $1. At least they were doing that promotion for a while. I don't know if they are or not, but for $1, how cool is that to try out a yoga trapeze? And then if you just want to buy one outright and keep it, and you know you want to keep it, we have a coupon code for Yoga Body. And if you go to Psyche Truth channel and put in Yoga Body, it'll pop up all of our different videos that we've done with them. And any of those videos will have that coupon code down in the video description. I definitely recommend walking barefoot in the grass. I think there's a lot of information out there around earthing. I've actually not done a great deal of research on it. But I do know that just inherently my body can tell it's very healthy for me to walk barefoot in the grass. And just based on the information about earthing that I have read, have looked at, seems to be a lot of evidence that there's a great deal of benefit. And it just feels really good. So, something that I try to do on a daily basis. Okay, you guys. I am having so much fun here. I could literally just keep going on forever. I totally brought this and then forgot to use it. Okay. Oh yeah, and then this I think sounds really nice. It says inhale, exhale. Some essential oils inside. Oh, it smells so good. I want to thank all of you for being here in my chat with me tonight. I'm going to just close us out here singing you the live chat theme song. I hope that all of you are taking care of yourselves in the midst of this craziness, global craziness. I do think that we're in a bit of a state of shock right now, a global state of shock. Perfectly natural to feel stressed, to feel worried, to not be able to sleep at night. But whatever you can do to try and relax will really help. It's time for live chat. Psyche Truth Live Chat. Right here on your YouTube machine. Live chat, ASMR style. Hope you stay for a while. See y'all.